Hey everybody, Rich Lovell with the Vacaville Baseball Barn, Master Instructor with the Epstein Hitting System. And I want to talk a little bit today about power and bat speed. And I know this is a very common subject right now. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, I've done some videos on before of different things of how to increase bat speed and maybe consistency and so forth. But I'm working with some younger hitters and a couple of older hitters that they have their feet narrowed. We all know that we need to get our feet about as wide as the inseam. But there are two ways to increase bat speed and power. There's only two ways. There are a lot of other maybe additives to that, but there are two ways if you can increase these two things. That's weight shift and torque. And how do we increase weight shift? If we are in a no stride, we rock our weight back to our back leg and come back into our front foot. So coming into our front foot, once that heel plants, that's where we create that ground force that we've discussed in other videos, and that energy is pushed back up the body and out through the hands. If we're doing a stride, we have to figure out, do we want to start with an open stride, with a closed stride, close feet, wider feet, it doesn't matter. What matters is when you get everything set, and again, we always start off in the proper position if you're working, and then from there, we rock back, land into our front foot. That's the weight shift that we create. It's really important for young players to start understanding as well. As you're working on this weight shift, you can also work on your stride. Meaning, I want to keep my feet low and slow. Or, if you have a high knee kick, as your foot comes down, that front foot stays a little bit lower to the ground and then you fall into the foot, creating that ground force. The second way to create power is through torque. And that torque is the separation from the lower body and the upper body. And I know a lot of people on the internet, YouTube and so forth talk about stride and separate. Is there anything necessarily or inherently wrong with this? Not really, if you're playing golf, because you're hitting a ball that's not moving. And there's nothing wrong either if you start early enough. The problem you have with barring this arm out, of course, is bringing the bat around, separating from your body or disconnecting from your body and hitting down towards the handle. So as we get into our weight shift and we create torque, that torque is my lower body. I start kind of facing out towards first base or in between first base and second base position as much as possible. My knob is slightly back towards the catcher and my front shoulder is down. I want to try to keep my back elbow back like this as long as possible, and I start turning to where finally my upper body gets whipped through. And then again, we're working on a pitch down the middle, and I start pulling the knob slightly towards the pitcher, release the bat, and then I make contact. Obviously, I'd be up on my toe if I were taking a full swing. So again, to reiterate to you, there's only two ways to create power and bat speed. And this is what we see in a lot of younger players, is they'll start to stride, and then everything starts coming with the front foot, and then as they land, people misinterpret them going, oh, he's opening his hips too early. No. He's starting his upper body too early. We want to get here and open our hips. If I land slightly open here, that's better than landing like this. Turn your upper body. If you can think this one little move, this will really help you out. Think of your back shoulder blade, your right shoulder blade. As you're sitting here, just move it maybe down and in towards your spine, 2 inches. That's all it is. So we're not really making a big shoulder turn here. We're just moving our shoulder blade about 2 inches towards our spine and slightly down. Keeping our front shoulder tilted, and then we get through our swing. Hopefully this helps you out. If you have any other questions, check out some of our other videos on YouTube. Give us a like on Facebook. Send a message out to friends and tell them to subscribe to our channel.